Money is a tool that permits us to acquire the basic necessities of life. However, there can be a dark side to money, expressed in depriving a spouse of finances in order to exert power over them. Ruth is a pseudonym, and voiceover is used to ensure her continued protection. Please share this video with others. Thank you.
Because my husband, one of his rationales was that he was so fervently committed to the Lord that he was working in a volunteer capacity as unpaid. I did fully expect him to have some paid work as well and not just work part-time, but he justified also he was doing his 16 hours a week or whatever it was unpaid. Anyway, the pastor got to hear about this, that and the other. One of the things the pastor said when it became obvious that it was a bit of a bone of contention was that we should both put our houses, get them valued, and whichever one had the higher rental yield should be the one that was sold, and we should live in the other one. Which still wasn't very good because they're both quite small, but anyway, okay, compromise and all that. And then the hilarious thing about that was that his house would have yielded a slightly higher rental, I believe, or was it? No, my house yielded the higher rental, so that is how he moved into my house. However, amazingly, he did never rent it out.
And he never sold his house?
He never sold his house, which was one excuse for after another.
So actually, in terms of finance, you were actually supporting him
100%.
Rather than the other way around,
Oh, yeah.
despite the fact.
And I was lucky to be allowed to.
He had been paid a large lump sum from his work.
Yes.
And that was never part of the...
No.
Well, you know the multiple ways this was going to be spent, I would write a book on. But anyway, nothing actually was done with it.
Did he ever ask you to account for your money to him?
Oh, yes.
But did you account, did it go the other way around?
Gosh, yes. Well, I was asked to, all under the guise of godliness and marvellous marriage practices. We had to agree, his idea, that if we spent more than £30 or £20, I think it was 30, that we had to explain to the other person what it was for, so that when we finally did get a joint account, which he was shamed into getting in the end.
Okay, so you did get one eventually.
In the very, very end, in the tail end of my marriage. Oh, so I, like a little sweet wife trying to do my best, thought, okay, went along those rules and did those rules, and then I found out one day, stunned as the overdraft kicked in, he'd gone and spent over £400 without briefing me, and of course he had a marvellous reason for it.
After her marriage broke up, the ex-husband tried to take half of the equity in her house that she paid for years before they ever met. A bully is a coward. If you have any questions, contact restoredrelationships.org, please. Next week, Vicar Richard will be with us. Don't miss it. God bless and bye for now.